Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we are inside the final 48 hours of the Epic Warpath Kickstarter, so I figured it was a perfect time to go over what has changed since my last video. There are some pretty exciting developments here, so let's dive right in. So as you can see on screen, with me being based in the US, we are up to $358,000 and British pounds. That comes out to 283,000 pounds roughly. So, what that means is that we have unlocked the GCPS and we've also unlocked the Marauder faction. So let's go over those briefly. All right, so in the GCPS core box, we're going to get 18 bases worth of Marines. We're also getting their TAC drones, which are really, really cool. And if you play lots of other small scale war games, or if you happen to own any, miniatures agnostic rule sets, you can always find uses for drones. You're going to get 18 bases worth of Rangers, 12 command stands, 12 weapon teams, 12 bases of veteran monocycles. You're also going to get some Striders. And then we get a new mass battle tank. We get 6 of these Lancers. We're also going to get some Mules in that box as well. And then in their reinforcement box, we're going to get Ranger Tank Hunters, the Veterans, a Major, some Hornets, a melee version of the Strider, a command vehicle, some artillery vehicles, and then the Wolverine tanks, which are identical to the Plague. So it's a little interesting that they're making a plastic frame for the Plague, but we're getting resin Wolverine tanks. That might change, between here and retail. We'll have to see. But we're also going to get the APC variant of the Wolverine as well. Now, for their super heavy, they're actually taking ideas from the backers. So if anyone has any ideas, you can go ahead and go to update 17 and then go ahead and put your ideas in the comment section there. What they're currently tossing around, they have some concept art for, is a massive quadrupedal walker. And here's that concept art. So this is very, very early design stage, guys. So all of this can change. Personally, I really like the version labeled #1 that has that double cockpit up front. That looks really, really cool to me. But we don't know what that final design's going to be yet. So again, if you have any suggestions, go to update 17 and leave them in the comments there. Now, the Marauders were just unlocked earlier this morning, so they don't have a professional splash graphic for them uploaded to the campaign main page just yet. So we don't know exactly what's going to come in their core box or their reinforcement box. However, they have shown off some sketches of some of what we're going to see. So it looks like there's a Goblin crewed sort of ATV vehicle. We're also going to have some mobile artillery as well as an assault tank for their vehicles. And then more than likely their infantry are going to be scaled down versions of their firefight equivalents from the 28mm scale game. All right, so another thing that changed, we've now got some new add-ons that people can add to their pledge to help unlock that final faction, the Nameless. So these up at the top of the graphic are all the same. It's the reinforcement and the super heavy boxes. They have now added an STL only option for 2 times super heavies and reinforcements for one faction. So if you don't want the the resin physical models, but you didn't want all of the STLs, you can add on that limited STL pack. And then if you just want all of the STLs, so all of the unlocked reinforcement packs and super heavies. So right now that's for 7 factions, and if we can unlock the 8th, that will include the nameless files as well. That's going to run you £125. And then they've also added some faction-specific dice. We've also got acrylic tokens that they've added as well. Another important update, we finally got 3D renders of some of the super heavies that are going to be available. So on this graphic over on the left, we see the Enforcer's cruiser. Pretty bulky ship with some nice big emplaced gun batteries. We've also got a scale shot of the Plague Super Heavy, which is going to be absolutely mammoth. And then we've also got the Asterian Clade Warden, which is a massive 4-armed mech, which that's probably my favorite miniature out of everything that we've seen so far. Can't wait to actually see like a physical copy of that miniature. All right, then the last really big update, which is only for the High Command Pledge level. So that STL All-In Pack add-on, that's £125. They're adding that for free into the High Command Pledge level. So for anybody who, you haven't seen the previous videos and you haven't dug through all of the campaign information, that's going to get you 4 core army boxes, your choice of factions. You're going to get 4 resin reinforcement packs, and then 4 resin super heavies. And then you're also going to get this free STL pack, which will get you STL files for all reinforcements and all super heavies for all unlocked factions. And then you're also going to get that extra large terrain bundle in there as well. So while that pledge level is a little bit pricey, they have crammed even more value into it to make that a pretty exciting proposition. I might have to clear it with Tari, but might have to see if I can get my pledge updated. All right, so again, we're inside that final 48 hours. We've got roughly 42,000 pounds, I think, before we unlock the nameless faction. So if you've been kind of on the fence and you're wanting to jump in on the campaign, now is the best time to do so and help us all get the nameless unlocked. But even if we don't get the nameless unlocked before the end of the campaign, the game is going to be fantastic. We've got 7 armies. I know a lot of people at the beginning of the campaign were, sorely missing the inclusion of the Marauders, which are a very iconic firefight faction, and they are now unlocked and included. That High Command Pledge level is awesome value, and then adding in some of those STL add-ons also makes some of the lower pledge levels, if you add that on, still an incredible value before this game goes to retail. So that's all I've got for today. I'll probably do another update either right before or right after the campaign closes, just to kind of wrap up this video series and kind of talk about where we're at and what the next steps are going to look like. But for today, I'm signing off, and happy wargaming. Keep slaying that gray, and I'll catch you in the next video.